So the Supreme Court just heard arguments in the Obamacare case, the Affordable Care Act case. I listened to those arguments, and frankly, I like a lot of what I heard. Let's talk about that, because surely, when it comes to the Supreme Court, justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So if you listened to the live stream of yesterday's Supreme Court arguments in the Affordable Care Act case, the Obamacare case, it was dry, it was dense, but I'll tell you there was a really important nugget in there. A nugget that tells us not only how the court likely will rule in the Affordable Care Act case, but a nugget that I think provides some important foreshadowing of how the court might handle an elections challenge case if an elections challenge case makes its way up to the Supreme Court. But first of all, we know the Republicans have desperately been trying, by hook or by crook, to kill the Affordable Care Act. The Trump administration has been trying. The Republicans in Congress have been trying. Bill Barr has been sending a stream of Department of Justice lawyers into courts to try to kill the Affordable Care Act. Because why should Americans, tens of millions of Americans, have affordable health care coverage? Why should Americans enjoy health care coverage for pre-existing conditions? We also know that Donald Trump has been packing the courts with judges, particularly the Supreme Court with justices, right? And he believes the Supreme Court justices will blindly rule for him regardless of the law, right? His worldview is that I put you there, you will rule for me. Well, first of all, that didn't work out so good for Donald Trump back in July, right? When his tax returns case made its way up to the Supreme Court, you could almost feel the sigh of relief in Donald Trump. I've reached the promised land. The Supreme Court, my disciples, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, will now have the opportunity to rule that I have absolute immunity. I am above the law. I am, in essence, a king. And then his own two draft picks ruled against him. They said, you don't have absolute immunity. You're not above the law. You're not a king. You are subject to the criminal justice system like every other mere mortal. So now yesterday, we had the argument in the Affordable Care Act case. And Chief Justice Roberts said the following to the Trump lawyers who are arguing desperately to kill the Affordable Care Act. He said, I think it's hard for you to argue that Congress intended the entire act to fall if the mandate were struck down, when the same Congress that lowered the penalty to zero did not even try to repeal the rest of the act. And here comes the money line. I think, frankly, that they wanted the court to do that, but that's not our job. Let's go back. So what Chief Justice Roberts said is that I think, frankly, they, the Republicans in Congress, the Department of Justice, Trump's administration, I think that they wanted the court to do that, wanted the court to throw out the Affordable Care Act. But that's not our job. Those are important words from Chief Justice Roberts. And that prompted this headline from CBS News, quote, not our job. Roberts, Kavanaugh appear skeptical of striking down Obamacare at the Supreme Court. So this is really important for at least three reasons. First of all, both Roberts and Kavanaugh seem prepared to find that the Affordable Care Act is still constitutional, is still good law, because they both said things that were pretty clear that they were going to rule against Trump and Bill Barr and the Republicans who want the Supreme Court to do their dirty work and throw the Affordable Care Act out. So first, it's just plain old good news for the health of the nation, for the tens of millions of Americans who are enjoying affordable health care coverage, courtesy of Obamacare. Two, it seems like Trump's draft picks, like Kavanaugh, remain entirely willing to rule against him. And that must really rankle Donald Trump. And three, and maybe most importantly, this sends a powerful message that if an election case bubbles its way all the way up to the Supreme Court, and it may not, but if it does, the Supreme Court likely would stick with its principled position announced by Chief Justice Roberts. It's not our job. It's not our job to overrule the will of the American voters. It's not our job to corruptly throw an election to a criminal president when he lost that election, both in the popular vote and, more importantly, in the Electoral College. It's not our job. You know, folks, for the last few years, I have been saying over and over again, and I've taken some flack for it, which I welcome. I've been saying that the state of the judiciary is strong. The courts will hold. You know what the courts won't do? The courts will not participate in this attempted slow-moving coup being orchestrated by Donald Trump and Bill Barr and Mike Pompeo and Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and the rest of them. I spent 30 years in courts, trial courts and appellate courts, military courts and civilian courts. And I can tell you, the courts will hold. The courts will not overturn the will of the American voters. And then come January, Joe Biden will be sworn in. And then justice. And justice matters. It matters. And as always, folks, thank you for watching these videos on YouTube. You can go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You can also find me on Twitter at GlennKirshner2, where I am trying to answer legal questions all day and night. And then finally, if you want to support our all-volunteer efforts, you can go to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron, and if you choose to do that, I will send you some Team Justice stickers with a personal handwritten note as my way of thanking you for supporting our efforts and our content. Folks, please stay safe, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.